From a facility standpoint, it would be things like, reducing the amount of waste we send to landfill, making sure the emissions that we have going up in the atmosphere from our plants are minimized or eliminated. On the vehicle side, it really falls into two categories. How are we making our vehicles more fuel efficient? Because that has the biggest impact on the environment from a company standpoint, is the fuel efficiency of our vehicles. But also from a material standpoint, what are the types of materials that we need to put into our vehicles? And we're really fortunate. I know Road and Travel magazine just named us the Earth Angel Award, which means that we're the most environmentally friendly automaker, which we're really excited about because it is a holistic look of both the manufacturing facilities and the vehicles. So we're excited about that. But when we talk about being at the auto show, how does sustainability fit in at the auto show from a Ford perspective? One way to look at it is what our team looks at is what kind of vehicles does Ford need to design and develop in terms of the sizes of the vehicles and what the vehicles need to run on. Gasoline, ethanol, natural gas, electric. What do those vehicles need to run on today, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now? So that's the strategy. We know what the numbers of those types of vehicles of the different powertrain categories we need to have out during those time frames, and then we work with the product development teams to actually develop the vehicles in those numbers. So I'm waiting for the people mover to go by. Public transportation is a good thing too. People are taking public transportation there. But again, getting back to the auto show. So when you look at Ford and we think about the environment, one of the things that we really want to concentrate on for sustainability is more efficient use of fuels and also diversity of fuels, right? So it's not about picking one type of fuel, but if we pick several different types of fuels that our vehicles can work on, that's going to be more sustainable in the long run. So we have vehicles that are fantastic, like the EcoBoost powertrains that we have that get great fuel economy in the majority of our vehicles, but we also have vehicles that run on ethanol, and you've probably seen our real strong electrification lineup. Vehicles that are hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and pure battery electric vehicles. And as we move out 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 50 years from now, we're going to see an increasing percentage of those electrified vehicles over petroleum-based vehicles moving forward. So that's part of our overall strategy. The other piece that isn't talked about a lot are the materials that go into our vehicles, right? How do we make them more sustainable? And the whole concept from a Ford perspective is how do we use less, I'm going to call it virgin materials from the earth, and more renewable materials. So renewable material would be like plant-grown materials. The foam that we have in most of the cars in the Ford fleet today, the foam in the seats are actually produced from soybeans as opposed to petroleum. That's a renewable material that we're looking to promote in more parts of our car. The other piece that we're looking at is what we call recycled content. So that's taking waste streams and actually use those waste streams as material in our products. And I think a real good example, I just came from the Focus stand. We have the equivalent of 2 to 3 pairs of denim jeans, blue jeans, that we're going to go to a waste facility. We actually our supplier takes those denim jeans, and if you were to pull the carpet back on your Focus, don't do it on the Focus on the stands here, maybe use your neighbor's Focus, but if you pull back the carpet and you look at the back side of the carpet, the insulation that you'll see, you'll find these blue specks in that insulation. That's basically blue jeans or denim that we're using. So, sustainability from a vehicle standpoint, again, it's not just about fuel economy, but how do we use more, I'm going to call it sustainable materials in the production of our product. And on an ongoing basis, we're going to be using a higher and higher percentage of those sustainable materials. So that kind of gives you an overview of kind of what our group does from a sustainability standpoint, specifically as it relates to the vehicles that we produce and many that you see here at the auto show. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Steve Kenner, who's going to tell us a lot about all the great safety stuff we're doing at Ford. Steve?
Thank you, John. Hey, I appreciate you spending the time with us this morning. I am the Global Director of the Automotive Safety Office at Ford Motor Company. And by safety, in this case, we mean vehicle safety. At Ford, we care about safety of our employees and so forth, and we do have organizations that are responsible for championing the safety of all our employees that work at Ford as well. But in my case, the focus is specifically the safety of our vehicles. And at Ford, we're certainly proud to be a recognized industry leader in safety because we have achieved more top safety ratings than any other automaker ever, and also through the introduction of unique safety technologies such as the world's first inflatable seatbelt and the MyKey teen Ford safety system. So we're excited about those investments, and in 2012 we actually plan on a significant amount of continuing investment in research and development to be able to find solutions that will protect drivers and their friends and family that are driving along with them. Relative to the investigation side of the business, which I also work on, Ford is committed to working closely with all the government agencies that we do work with and cooperate fully, and our general focus is a customer focus, so we try and address any issues basically quickly and responsibly as we can, because we made a commitment to develop high quality vehicles that are safe for all of our customers. So with that, I think I'll turn it over to, I guess, Dan to take us through the next part of the process.
So what we'd like to do after the people mover goes by is if you guys all want to come up here, both John and Steve are happy to take some questions as a group, and then we're going to break off and we'll allow you guys to have some individual one-on-one time with them as well. So feel free to come on up, and John and Steve will answer any questions that you guys have. Thank you.